Hello, this is Victor at RestoreYourMercedes.com, and this video is for Mr. Jackson in Nassau, Bahamas. This is going to be a little longer video because I have to go through a couple of details here. First part will be testing of repair pump, and this pump is repaired and it's ready to go. And second part will be to discuss the connections. Now, as you know already, Mr. Jackson, the motor was bad. You can actually hear it. So as you know, the brushes are completely gone. The wires I also replaced with better cables. So this motor is pretty much gone. Now let's do operational test. First thing is, I did shut down lumbar supports, so there will be no pressure created out of this port. So this port does not need to be connected anymore. This is vacuum port. Vacuum port is connected to the bottle just to show that it is creating vacuum and it actually holds vacuum. Okay, so let's put on the power first, as if you would to start the vehicle. So power is on, and we'll wait for the vacuum to be created. Okay, so this is going to be your vacuum storage tank. In the vehicle it's hard plastic, it's not going to compress like this. This is soft plastic, obviously, but this just shows that pump creates good vacuum and it remains off. When vacuum is created and enough vacuum is created, the pump remains off. So internally inside the pump there is no problem. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to check our pressure and vacuum of the motor itself, locking and unlocking, and some features of the pump. So here we want to see 0.5 and 0.5. I don't know if camera picks it up, but 0.5 would be here. That's a 0.5 right here, and 0.5 right there. So I'll try to maybe bring it a little closer, like such. Okay, so lock unlock. That's vacuum. And then we go pressure. As you can see, lock unlock is perfect. Vacuum is to lock. This is lock and unlock. 0.6 about on both, which is a great result. So the vanes are good, although I see that somebody opened it up and I was concerned about final pressure. But I put vanes back the way that I think they were supposed to go, and I was right. So now we have good pressure and good vacuum. Now that's locking and unlocking. And next thing we have here is we have 3 more ports. I don't know why your car came with this port connected, RH. These are for rear antennas, those little antennas when you put in reverse. Connection was there, but 96 usually these cars do not have antennas from factory. They deleted that feature. I don't know why you had it, but anyway, so I'll test this circuit as well because it was there. So let's test the rear parking assist antennas. So that's only when you put on reverse. That was pressure 0.5. When I'm holding the pin, the pump thinks that you're still in reverse. When I let go, there is a delay before those antennas will retract back. Let's just wait. It was not excellent connection. So antennas are retracted back. I'll talk about the connections. I'll talk about connections in a minute after I do the test. So once more, antennas are extended. Let go of the power, and antennas should retract after a little bit of time. There's a little timer, that's normal operation. So here they are. they are retracted and vacuum is held for whatever it can hold the vacuum. But again, this is a mechanical gauge and it's not principal. Now, oh, there we go. Okay, the next port will be our trunk handle, which is also important. So we have trunk handle release. So let's do that. So that is pressure created to push handle out, and vacuum is created to pull handle back into the trunk lid when you open the trunk. So here we have that. The FKS you should not have in your vehicle, because this port is for rear headrest release. That's usually found on the lower model, not on 600. On 600s, rear headrests, they're electric, so they go up and they go down. The port is there, I'll check it out, but it is not going to be in use. As you can see, I pressed on the pin. The pump took vacuum from vacuum storage pump to drop headrests. As you can see, that's what it's doing. Another test would be well, it doesn't really matter. This port you don't even have this port, so it's not important. Rear headrests on 600, like I said, they are electric. One more test I can do is remote trunk release. See, that's pressure only on unlock port. So basically there is a solenoid in the trunk, just so you hit the button and the trunk opens. It just unlocks and opens up when you hit the button on remote control. If it's a 96, you might have a single remote control fob, you know, the keyless entry fob, so you might have to press the button twice real quick, then the trunk will unlock. Or if you press button on the center console, then the trunk should unlock, pop open. Okay, so that circuit works. As you can see, there is pressure only. Now no vacuum, just pressure. Now, so this pump is operational. I have no problems with it anymore. So now I want to talk about connections, and I can touch the motor right now. It's barely pardon my voice, the motor is barely warm. So this is a really good sign. That means all the vanes and everything, they're all aligned properly. Now let's talk connections, because let me shut down the pump so it's not energized every time I undo vacuum port. Now, connections. Let me just put the camera like this. When I got the pump, connectors were cut off. That's not a good thing. You don't really want to do that. Now, the importance of these parts is very important. Like, see, these are broken off. One is broken off here, second one broken off here. This is how they came. That's how the pump came. If you look inside, the port itself, you might see a little piece of plastic there in the middle. That little piece of plastic, that's the extension of this nipple. Okay, now we don't have to fix it. I will show you what I'm gonna do. See, this one is clean. There's nothing inside because it didn't break inside. I don't know when it broke. Was it broken before I got the pump or during the shipping? Because it just came in the envelope, so it was banging around. As you can see, there's one piece of plastic inside, another piece is open. The other port is open because it's not broken in. Now, first thing is the actual ports. I mean the hoses. These I'm going to leave, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the vacuum hoses here, so you can reattach the hose further down the line. So this is going to be our vacuum hose right here. So just short piece, you connect this one to the rest of the wire, to the rest of the lines on the vehicle. So that's gonna be fine. You have to be careful with these extensions though. These are the extensions where the actual sealing happens. So those seals, there is a seal inside. So when this pipe goes on like such, it is sealed not on the bottom portion, not on this portion. It is sealed on at the end, at this little extension, which is nice and polished, so it's not leaking. So your connections were as following. So basically there's one here, okay. Then we have the gray one here, that would go to pressure plus over there. We don't need to connect that. Then we have the black one, that would go for the trunk, like such. And FKS was empty because we have electric headrests. Then we have clear for vacuum. Now what I'm gonna do, this we don't have to connect, we don't need that because there will be no lumbar support, so you can keep it disconnected altogether. So I'll put it aside. This one, I don't know why they blocked it. I guess you have one of the antennas that is not extending, but it's similar concept with vacuum hose. See, they put a little piece of vacuum tube and then they put the plug. So I don't know why they did that. I didn't see the car, so I cannot comment on this. Now with this hose, the white one, the vacuum hose, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch a piece of rubber hose and I'm going to cut it somewhere around here. Okay, so you will take the hose that is on the vehicle right now, connected to the car. Where is that pipe? What did I do to it? So you're basically going to have a clear line going in to the rubber hose. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking of doing because that's the only way. These hoses, I prefer to leave them original just so they click on and stay on. I'll have to think of how to ship this pump with these attached. I usually don't do that, but we'll figure this out. I'll figure this out. I'll just make extensions on these with this vacuum tube and something like that. So you will connect your vehicle hoses into the vacuum tube extension and you will be fine. It's the same way that I have done the broken connections on my S600 coupe, the same way, because that pump was missing and hoses were cut. The previous owner did that, or whatever, whoever did that. Okay, so this is basically what we're gonna do. This port does not need to be connected because again it's deactivated. You don't need this no more. And then this port I left connected, I left activated, but I'm going to stretch over a vacuum hose over it. And actually I might try to pause this video and maybe add to it or something just to show. If I'll make an addition, then great. If not, then it'll be just as is. Other than that, the pump is operational, it works great, no problems here, and we'll have to figure out the shipping and all that, but that'll be fine. Alright, so let me try to pause this if I may. If I would be able to, then I'll add to it. If not, then this was Victor at RestoreMercedes.com. Nope, I guess that was all. Well, this is Victor at RestoreMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.